Welcome back. There was shock, dismay and even some amusement when the shortlist for candidates for the next Chief Justice was released. Among the names are controversial Western Cape Judge President Judge Hlophe and Public Protector Busisiwe Mkhwebane, Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo and Supreme Court of Appeal President Justice Mandisa Maya are also in the running. Let's unpack the process and candidates further. Joining us are legal experts Nthabiseng, Dubazana, as well as Black Lawyers Association President Mashudu. Thank you so much for your time to the both of you. I think, Mashudu, let's start off with you. Many have said that the shortlist that's been released to the President is of concern due to the fact that Judge President Hlophe is on. What does the Lawyers Association feel about this?
Thank you, Heidi, and thank you for your viewers, and good day also for my fellow panelists in Nthabiseng. I think it's rather too early to say it's a short list. The process is still on. I have no doubt that out of that 8 and now 7, the list will be trimmed from 7 to maximum 5. Those names will be subjected to the Judicial Service Commission interview for those candidates to place it to the public whether they are fit and proper to be Chief Justice. The dismay and the shock of certain quarters obviously relate to the 2 names that you have mentioned. As the BLA, we believe that the process was very fair, open, and transparent in that for the first time, the state president invited any person to nominate a person that he or she believed that is suitable to be the Chief Justice.
Okay, I'm not sure if we have Nthabiseng, but Nthabiseng, let's just speak to you about the issue around the interviews needing to be redone, the April interviews needing to be redone for those 2 constitutional court positions that need to be filled. Those interviews needed to be redone because of the conduct and manner and the line of questioning in which these interviews were conducted. What are your thoughts about the rerun of these interviews? Do you think they were done in a better manner? Okay, it seems as though we can't get through to Nthabiseng. Mashudu, perhaps I can pose that question to you with regards to the rerun of these these 2 constitutional court positions and the interviews being redone. Do you think this time around it was done in a more dignified manner, if I can put it that way?
Yes, I think all South Africans are now satisfied in the manner in which the acting Chief Justice handled the interviews of the Constitutional Court. I think on previous occasion, as we have said, there was an application to review those interviews. I see no reason why currently there should be an application for a review. I think the interview themselves went through well. The candidates themselves carried themselves in an impeccable manner. And I think there was a measure of legal jurisprudence more than personality and character enjoined in those interviews.
Sure, and Nthabiseng, let's try with you again. The Judicial Service Commission has a vital role to play, and some have argued and questioned the way and line of questioning that this Judicial Service Commission has posed to the candidates and to current sitting judges. What are your thoughts on the manner in which these interviews have been conducted, even with the reruns?
Remember, there is no specific criteria in terms of questioning how it's supposed to be run. So I think this time around, the commission has tried to align themselves as to what kind of questions should be asked in this rerun of the election of the judges' interviews. And remember, another thing that was questioned prior when it was made known that there will be a rerun, it was said that there was no discussion pertaining to the nominees for the April 2021 nominees. It was said that by COSAC that the Chief Justice, former Chief Justice Mkhwebane, was basically had a list of his short list of people that who he deemed would be fit for the position, and then other people were not. There was no mention of a discussion between the parties. Instead, there was a vote. So the JSC did not concede that what they had done was unlawful. They just settled the matter in that, okay, fine, let us scrap the April 2021 elections, let us start all over again. But now the problem that arises is that there's now more than 2 seats, because remember at the time in April, it was for the positions of Cameron J.A. who had resigned, and I think it's Jafta, if I'm not mistaken. But now there's 3 others who are now going to be retiring by the end of October. So we are now sitting with a situation whereby there's about 5 seats in the Constitutional Court that will be empty. And although these rounds were going to, for the October situation, it would have been advisable that the October one be rescheduled for next year, and then the rerun should be the one for April for this time in October. But looking at the questionings that was done,
okay, I think let's just.
Opinion, they tried to suss out, the temperament of the judge, to see if they understood their mistakes.
Sure. I think the connection's just a little bit bad where you are in Nthabiseng. Mashudu, I just want to close with you and ask you whether or not you think there is enough transformation with regards to the candidates and to the shortlists. We do know that for those 2 Constitutional Court positions, the interviews, we know that there has been a lot of backlash with regards to the 2 white judges that were not considered, 2 white male judges that were not considered. What is your take on this?
Thank you, Heidi. I think we should not create a mountain out of a mole. There is criticism of exclusion or non-inclusion of Judge Unta and Dodson SC. But if you look at the candidates that were recommended, these are highly impeccable judges with years of experience on the bench, ranging from High Court to the Supreme Court of Appeal. You will not have wanted any other candidate than those 5. It is unfortunate that there are those who want to make it a race or a gender issue or a religious issue. But I think that the candidates themselves that were excluded have not come out to say they feel excluded on the basis of race and gender. And I must say that in one instant, one of those candidates that has been excluded, the BLA also supported his nomination, but unfortunately could not make it. And I think I agree with Nthabiseng that one of the things is that there are no set of criteria set down that me and you can go and see whether a particular candidate have ticked all the boxes. This is the discretion of the members of the Judicial Service Commission. And the Judicial Service Commission, as you said, it's a very important body of the Constitution. It draws its members from various diverse members of society, from parliament, politicians themselves, the legal profession, both advocacy and attorneys profession, and judges, especially High Court judge presidents. As the BLA, we are very much satisfied with the October 2021 interviews. We support the Judicial Service Commission. Indeed, there will always be dissatisfaction. I must indicate that the BLA was also dissatisfied about the nomination, the enlisting, the shortlisting. For example, in Gauteng High Court Division and Limpopo High Court Division, there were candidates that applied black female, but they were excluded. But we never made noise about it because the shortlisting committee of the Judicial Service Commission, on its own discretion, exercising its own discretion given by the commission itself, did not shortlist them. Even in this instance, once a body of this nature release those candidates, unless there is allegation proven of irregularity, then there must be a backlash. I think South Africans are we are excited about names. We are more concerned about one individual against each other, to the extent that we undermine the competency of other judges. How do you tell those 5 judges nominated that there's a backlash against their nomination? I think it's an insult to democracy. It's an insult in actual fact for black excellence. You can't compare Judge Matropo, Judge Mutimele with Judge Unta. You can't. You are comparing apple and oranges.
Mashudu, why can't you compare the two? Why? Is it based on their skin color?
No, it's based on their skills. For example, Judge Mulimela, besides being a black female, Judge Mulimela has been a judge of the Free State for many years. She has been the judge president of Free State. She's a judge of Supreme Court of Appeal.
Sure, okay, great.
Do you compare that track record with ultra judge?
Okay, thanks so much, Mashudu. That's the president of the Black Lawyers Association. Thanks for your insights.